Hey YouTube, Joshua the Window Cleaner here with another giveaway night. It's Friday night again. I'm super excited. We have a guest on tonight. We have Kenny Dardano, and he is from Florida. Kenny, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, like Joshua just said, my name is Kenny Dardano. I'm been a professional window cleaner a little over 16 years, and I am the owner of KD Window Cleaning.
Perfect. So we got some great topics to talk about tonight. Me and Kenny have been preparing for this. We actually had a conversation for probably about 2 hours, coming up with different topics and different ideas that we could discuss to make this really productive for you to spend your time here. So thank you so much for joining my channel. If you have not hit the thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe. But I'm just going to talk about a little bit of the tools we have. We have a whole bunch of new tools to give away. Now we actually have a Joshua the Window Cleaner starter kit. This is basically what I would recommend you start out with. I was able to go through all the tools at Window Magic Supply and pick out what I think would be what I would recommend for a starter kit. And you will be able to buy this from Window Magic Supply very soon. You'll be able to go in and buy this, and you might be able to buy it from their website when they get it up. They said 3 to 4 weeks. I know I keep saying every week their website's been down. It's still kind of down and having some trouble. But yeah, so I'll walk into a little bit of the tools that we have now. So we have the Ed-Ray 18-inch Pro Glove with the Ed-Ray T-Bar, the Contour Pro Squeegee handle with the Ed-Ray Super Channel, the 14-inch Black Series sleeve with Unger Ninja handle, the 14-inch green rubber. We also have the 18-inch green rubber now that's new that we just got because we've given it away before. We have the Sorbo 16-inch Viper with the black handle and a pack of rubbers that you see right here. We have the Unger Ninja blade. No, actually, we gave that away last week, so we don't have the Unger Ninja blade. I need to cross that out. But we have the 14-inch handy sleeve for the maker. This is the small maker kit giveaway. And then just on a side note, we do have the handy sleeve, and now we have the belt. I'd highly recommend you get this belt. I've been using
Yeah,
this belt for a while. This belt is awesome. I know Kenny has this belt too.
yeah,
So
I love that belt.
yeah,
That's a great belt.
man, this
Solid.
belt has been awesome. So I highly recommend that belt. So I'll be giving away this belt now. We have a couple different options for hard water stain removal that I'm going to be trying myself as well. We have the Sorbo powder hard water residue. And then we have the Diamond Magic that everybody's been talking about that works great. I can't wait to try that out. And as you see here, we have a silencer, but the silencer is actually not in the cup. I'm going to be giving away this silencer on my review. We now have the Sorbo California Dream pole on here. I can't wait to give that away. You see that in the back there. We have some products from Wagtail. We have the Hip Dipper, the Flex pole, and the High Flyer. And as you know, every single giveaway comes with a Squeegee Life towel, and you get a sticker. So you get the new sticker now. You don't get the old sticker. This was the old sticker. So if you had that, that's the original OG sticker. And now we have these. I like these better. They have the YouTube logo, so you know where to find our videos and stuff. So I'm just going to jump straight into some topics real quick, and me and Kenny are going to bounce off of kind of similar situations that we're dealing with, like what I'm dealing with in Southern California, what he's dealing with in Florida. So hopefully we're able to entertain you. We're going to try to keep that 30 minutes like we always do, or 20 to 30 minutes, whatever it takes. But we're going to try to be quick, not take up too much of your time. Um, but the first thing I wanted to talk about on my topics is grants to help your business. You can actually go to grants.gov and you can apply for different grants. I applied for a grant in January. I finally am just now hearing back from that, and I possibly will be getting a grant, which is going to be huge to help grow my business, and it's not going to put me in debt. So go check that out. Go to grants.gov and see if it can help your business before you try to get a business loan, because I know a lot of people get in debt and then they go out of business and then they're just, had to file bankruptcy.
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
you don't want to go down that road. I highly recommend that you at least try a grant. You know what I mean? And even if you do get a small loan to get you through, maybe in 7 months you get a grant and you can pay that loan off. So, I would say at least apply for it, because it's free money from the government that can help you grow your business, especially now with everything going on. They're trying to get everything going. So right now is the time to apply for those for your business. So that was one thing I wanted to talk about. And the next thing I want to talk about is hobbies that everyone does. I'm going to get your take on this, Kenny, and just tell everybody what your hobbies are.
Oh yeah, lots of sports. I'm a big NBA fan. I I was originally born in Chicago right during the 90s when the Bulls were winning every year. So I've been a fan ever since. And I'll also watch football, not so much soccer, but mainly basketball and football and some baseball. And that's just sport wise. But I definitely keep up to what's going on.
Heck yeah, that's pretty cool. And mine is gold hunting. I've loved basketball ever since high school. I played basketball a little bit in high school, and I've loved basketball, but I can't play basketball anymore. And then my wife doesn't really understand the game so much, so we don't watch it as much. So I'm not able to get into it like that because when I'm sitting down, I want to be able to watch TV with my wife. So I try to find something that she's interested in as well. But I get into gold hunting, so she can watch gold hunting videos with me on YouTube, and we can see all kinds of cool little tools and stuff. And gold hunting has been my thing. I go once a year. I go out to
Nice.
Jamestown, back where they had the gold rush in
Hmm.
the 1800s, and so I go out there. I know a creek I've been to every single year, and I'm able to go and pan for gold. This year, my brother and my dad are going to be able to go, so I'm super excited about that trip. And the next topic I wanted to talk about is uniforms or t-shirt. Let's hear your take on that.
Well, I've been around both. I've had people that will still wear printed t-shirts, and if that's what you're referring to, and just like a
Yeah.
like a uniform, or it'll
Yeah,
be the
or like a
college.
t-shirt like this, even a window
Right.
cleaner t-shirt.
Well, I mean, it depends because to be honest with you, I mean, I didn't always have shirts, even if I was working for somebody else. It was many years where I would just wear regular what you would wear around the house. Well, not like that, but
Yeah.
like in a sense of, there's no branding, there's no logos, and to be honest, no one's ever said anything to me. Now, in terms of if you want to go the extra mile, like professional, I don't see how you can go wrong with the uniform. It's well worth the investment.
Yeah.
But say my difference, for instance, is put this for example. If you're doing commercial storefronts where it might not matter as much and you just have a regular printed screen, like for your business, I don't think that matters. But as far as like just wearing regular t-shirts, I think it's up to each their own kind of deal. Like I don't look at it as being professional or not professional, like because it all depends on what your situation is. Like if it's doing storefronts or doing high-end residential, you're gonna know kind of which which to wear for each.
No, yeah, you're totally right, and I totally agree with that as well. And yeah, when I started my business, man, I was just wearing regular t-shirts too, and then I actually got t-shirts like this made that had my business name on it. And
Nice.
Melissa, who's probably watching this right now, actually, she is subscribed and she watches every Friday night with her little son. And so I think we think he's going to be a future window cleaner, by the way. So we just quick disclaimer, for the future. But anyway, so yeah, so Melissa actually made my first T-shirt. So I had red T-shirts with white writing, and I had a elephant, and in the trunk of the elephant was holding a squeegee, and that was my shirt. And I thought that
Yeah.
was always cool. And the elephant because of Alabama, of course, if you know anything about football, where I'm from Tuscaloosa, so that's home of the Crimson Tide, and the mascot is an elephant, so that's always been a thing. I really like elephants as well. So there's so many different reasons why I chose an elephant. But then I wanted something more fun, and I almost wanted something more Disney. I was like, man, I think I want something like fun, something that pops. And so that's why I have actually my logo now, which is the elephant that's kind of smooth.
Right. Yeah, I've seen
But
it.
and my shirts, like I don't have our number on there and all that stuff, and it's all
Yeah.
bright and stuff, dude. I have my name and my logo embroidered in there on a
Same
collared
same
T-shirt.
here. Same
You,
here,
you
man.
know,
Like I
and
said, I have regular t-shirts that way and I have polo shirts that way. I don't need my number on the back
yep,
because that's what my magnets on the truck are for
yep.
or anything else. So I don't need to be wearing that. I don't know. To each their own though. I don't
Yeah.
have anything
No,
against
there's
it.
nothing wrong with that. But to
That's
me, it opens up an opportunity as well because if you don't have your phone number on your shirt or whatever, maybe they want to know your phone number. So then you get that
Absolutely,
communication going.
absolutely. Don't get me wrong, because a lot of the times you'll pass by somebody and you know what they're doing at that house. They're working on it. And you're like, oh, okay, there's a number if you want to call it. So don't get me wrong, if you have it on there, hey, that's to each their own.
Yeah,
Again, it's your personal preference.
right. But that's why I chose what I do. Like nothing against anybody that chose to do it a different way. But this is what I did. I ended up going with the Port Authority, a breathable long sleeve shirt because we're in the sun a lot. And but yeah, when I started, I was wearing T-shirts. I wore
Yeah,
regular cotton T-shirts. I think I might have bought them from Walmart, just regular plain T-shirts, and then I had her put the print on there.
yeah.
But I wore those for a while. But I actually had a customer that was it. They kind of gave me a hard time about it, And it was for my benefit though, because they owned a solar company, and I was trying to get their business with getting solar panels cleaning, and so I was talking to him, and he was like, "Man, you should really come, if you could, in a collared shirt with your name embroidered, And so I literally did exactly that. And when I went back to him, literally not even just a couple months ago, we went and cleaned his windows again, and I seen him, and I was like, "What do you think? I got employees now. I got 2 vehicles. Like, what do you think now?" Because the first time I pulled up in my old green truck, I had my whole front seat was full of towels because I was cleaning tracks out with towels, and that's why I was going through so many towels. And so, it was just funny to be able to pull back up and be like, "What do you think now? We got water fed poles, we got all this stuff," and it's been a couple years because of COVID. They didn't want to have them done, but now they
Right.
just recently got it done. So I thought that was super cool. But yeah, so I'm the same way. To each his own, wherever you're at in your business. But like you said, if you're doing high end residentials, man, I would say put a uniform on it, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't matter. Now, keep in
yeah,
mind, like I've never had a problem. I've done, some of these are upwards of $8-9 million homes before, and this was even working for other people. Once they get to know you guys, that's the thing is
yeah,
you're there so many times. You're not a stranger, and you show up on time. You're there. That's more important than what your shirt's looking like, and people need to remember that. You do a
yes.
good job. You're always on time, and if you're running late, let's let somebody know and answer your phone. That's the most important thing.
Communicate,
Communicate.
over
It will save
communicate with the
you.
customer.
Oh gosh, it'll save you so many heartaches and, and,
Yep.
and wastes of time that you realize just take it,
Take that
get it out of
time.
the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Communicate. It goes so far, and it'll save
Yep.
you so many hassles.
Yeah, and if you communicate, the better you communicate, the more referrals you're going to get, honestly.
Absolutely. Oh
Like
yeah,
every single time.
absolutely.
So I
Yeah.
totally agree with that. The next topic I wanted to talk about was tools that you want to win. Kenny, what tools would you like to see? I know you said that you've seen pretty much a lot of things on here,
I
but what would you like to
I
see
mean,
more of?
honestly, like I don't know, like see it gets to the point where if you can have some like water-fed poles, but then you're getting
I
to a
know.
different price point. So
Yeah.
that's not really what it would be. I don't really know, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
buddy. Like you have all the tools that anyone that really would venture into this really uses. So
Well, that's good to
it's
know because
I can't really think
I
of
try
anything
to get a
else.
wide variety.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all from different brands and whatnot, and take everything out because there's a lot of different companies out there. They have a lot of cool tools. Certain suppliers just don't carry them, so it's good to always check around,
Yep.
especially online. There's so many options out there.
Yep, that's what I wanted to get into next with you. The next topic was the different places to buy tools, and I kind of went over mine last week. So, what places do you typically use?
I mean, I'll use Window Cleaning Resource, CWC, which I believe is Coker Window Cleaning Supply. They're great. There's
I
J.
have not tried them
Racenstein,
yet. I'm actually going to write that down. What is it?
CWC Supply, Coker Window Cleaning. And the reason I like them is I remember using Coker brand uh, scrubbers almost 16 years ago, and I believe they were part of a Tory. Don't quote me on that, but they've been around forever, and I really like their service. And if you ever go to that website, and keep in mind, I'm not plugging anything. Nobody
Yeah,
pays me
no, we're
to do
not plugging
this,
anything.
but
Nobody is, but we're just
they
talking.
have, and it's the same thing with every supplier. They'll all have their own little niche products. I really recommend you guys checking all those out because you'd be surprised what one person will carry and another won't. And
Yeah.
it's like I found all kinds of things on there with larger water-fed pole tubing that no one else sells, but like CWC. And aside from other vendors, I've used ABC window cleaning.
Yep.
I've ordered some things off of Amazon. If I needed it
Yep.
tomorrow and I needed a channel and a squeegee, it's here tomorrow. So there's lots of options, but those are my main ones.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Window cleaning resource has been my top, because I love the service that they give, and they're
Great
just out
service.
there too. It's great
Yeah,
service,
absolutely.
and then Window Magic Supply was my second. A lot of times because even right now, whenever Window Cleaning Resource is out of something, I always go to Window Magic Supply because most of the time
Yeah.
they have it, and they'll have it on hand, and they're my local window cleaning shop, and so it's like I'm going to go right down the street to get this. I don't have
It
to wait
makes
on
sense.
shipping.
Of course, man. Of
So
course.
that the green rubber was gone in like one day on Window Cleaning Resource, and they still have it at Window Magic Supply. So if you're out there like, man, I didn't get a chance to get the green rubber, call Window Magic Supply. Like Kenny said, there's plenty of other places out
There
there.
it is. And
Detroit
if you need
Sponge was
it,
another one that I've used. RHG Products, which is
sure.
Tucker.com,
Yeah.
is great.
Yes,
J
I've ordered from them too.
Racenstein,
Absolutely.
j.racenstein.com is good. And Amazon's been great too. Like you can get
Yeah.
you wouldn't
Your
believe the
basics.
things you
You
can
can get
get
your
on
basics
Amazon.
on there. That's all. You can get your
Yeah.
basics.
Yeah, so that's the places, especially if you're a newer window cleaner out there. Like you need to know those. That was my first thing. I was like, where do I buy this stuff from? Home Depot.
Yeah.
Like that's what most people. That's the first thought that goes through people's mind whenever they start the
Hey,
business. I'll just go to Home
hey,
Depot.
it's there, all right, but
It
it's
is,
not the
but
stuff
it's
you want to
not.
use.
You're gonna
It's
throw it away.
Yeah,
You're gonna throw
absolutely,
it away.
absolutely.
Yeah, you're gonna throw it away. So another topic I wanted to talk about is Kenny. What do you think? Residential or commercial? Which is better?
I like a mix of both, honestly, and the reasons being is everyone's going to have a different opinion on this, so just bear with us here. But if you have a mix, and if you're compared to if you're only doing residential, the weather's not that great or it's windy. It might not matter if you're not doing stuff on the coast, but when I was working for a lot of other people, even myself, anything on the coast, if it's blowing, the wind's coming out 20, 25, you really can't go out there. Whereas if you go a little inland, you can still set up a day of commercial and just keep rolling. And the good thing about commercial is obviously as long as you set it up on a routine basis, you can be doing some of these jobs weekly, year round, all year round, not just one time. And first residential, where, keep in mind, you can make a lot more money on residential. It all depends on how you set that up. So I like a mix of both. So you can go do some storefronts in the morning, say it's 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning. I used to do IHOPs and stuff, and you get in there early. You can make whatever you make, and before the sun even comes up, get yourself warmed up, get some accounts out of the way, and then go work on your homes. Kind of a double whammy.
Yep. No, yeah, and I'm right there with you too. I mean, for me, it's residential and commercial. I do both. I love my residential clients because it's a break from the commercial, and I love the commercial because it's a break from the residential.
Yeah,
I like
don't
to
get me wrong.
diversify.
My preference, I like residential more than commercial, but commercial, if set up the right way, and I've seen it, and I'm trying to do it myself, is when you have quantity in a small area, I mean, you're just walking down or you get the entire plaza. I mean, it's found money. You can rival some residential, hourly rates if that's what you go for, as long as you set it up. But it only works if you have multiple accounts in the same area. If you can do the same thing with homes, that's like icing on the cake, honestly,
Yep.
because you go next door. That's what I think a lot of people don't understand is they're driving 50 minutes to get to one job. They don't understand that once you're there, you have to try to get the other ones around it because the
Yep.
next time you come, just like route work, you're doing two stores, you're doing two homes, and so on and so on. So you're building routes off of that, maximize your time, and it comes with just reps and getting out there. That's all.
Yep. And that's what my secretary does too. I have her, she knows to try to schedule jobs together. If there's and
Hmm.
a lot of
It's
times
so
like
important, man.
I'll click on my next job and I'm like, wow, it's like 4 minutes away. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah,
But
right.
she does all the scheduling, so like kudos to her for
Yeah,
being like, oh well, there's a job right there because she looks on the map, sees where the job is when they give the address, and she says, okay, so we're going to be here on this day, and and so on and so forth. So that's
yep,
super helpful. Like she was just telling me today, we got 4 jobs that we're going to do in one little community, and one
yeah.
of them wants
That's
pressure washing, and it's been, and she's like, I'm not going to put anything else on y'all that day. You're literally just going to be in that community that day,
yep.
and like you said, that's the way to go. And even with storefronts,
It's
the same
yeah,
thing. It just
absolutely.
depends on what you want to do. It's all a preference, but I just
It
wanted to get your
is.
take on it. Not to say
It
that
is.
anything is right or
Everybody's different
wrong.
too. Because
You
like I
know,
said, when I would, you have so many route work stores. It's bad if you fall behind, and sometimes you end up getting so much more residential that's worth more per visit.
yeah,
I hate to say it, but you start looking at some of these small stores and you go, do I want to be here making 3 times this, or do I want to, you're always gonna, well, hopefully
yep,
you're going for the 3 times the amount you're making, so
yeah. And I don't even
that's
do storefronts anymore, man. To me, they're too
right.
cheap. I do commercial, which is bigger buildings, like up to
Right.
50,
Well, I
60
do.
feet.
Yeah, see, I was
But
doing a lot of storefronts, man, a
yeah,
lot, and with COVID, I'm sorry, guys, but they got hit the hardest,
it
and
did. I lost all
some of
the. I
those
had pizza places and all kinds of places I lost
left and
because of
right are
it.
shutting down, and I hate to say it. I mean, I live in Florida, and I guess we're better than most. This place is we're still recovering from everything that's been going on, and they got hurt the worst, and no one expected that. Imagine if you based all your business on commercial buildings like that, you might be in some trouble right now. That's all.
Yeah, I know, right? What do you think
That's
about? Just real quick, I want to get your take. We didn't actually talk about this earlier, but I want to get your take, man, because you're so close to that big, huge 12-story building that collapsed. Like, what's your take on that, man?
I just think people aren't keeping up with things, or they know that these are going wrong and nothing's being done. I mean, that doesn't just happen overnight. like I said, I'm not an architect. I'm a
Yeah.
window cleaner. Remember that, guys.
Yeah.
But that's not something that happens overnight, and that, that could have just been lack of oversight and or just kicking the can down the road. Unfortunately, that's happening a lot all over the world.
How far are
So
you away from that?
Miami is, I would say, about 2 hours south of me, maybe two and a
Cool.
half, so
Cool.
it's still a ways down because they consider that South Florida, where I'm at, would be called like the Treasure Coast. Because I've gone to a couple Heat games down there in Miami, and I would say between 2 and 2.5 hours from me. So I would say maybe 120 miles, give or take.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too far. I know you were down
It's
there
not.
somewhere
No, it's not.
close. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go down there within, if you're flying, you probably an hour and a half because that's a whole different area. But that's so far from me, so I don't go down there. The furthest south I would go would maybe be like an hour south of me, something like that. Because just to drive all the way there and then something goes wrong, because hey, listen, things happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just be honest here.
Yeah.
To drive an hour and a half back and you don't have anything else out there, it's
Uh,
a killer. It's a day killer, that's for
yeah.
sure.
No, it really is. And so, what's the weather for window cleaning in Florida? Like, what's your favorite weather to do window cleaning, and what happens when hurricanes come through? Like,
Well,
what's the deal
my
with that?
Well, my favorite time obviously would be like the winter time, just because it's not getting cold like up north. You might have maybe 4, 5 days tops of freezing temperatures at night, but it stays good. But the drawback with that though is you get so many cold fronts that come through, and then I mentioned earlier where you're doing residential, those cold fronts bring northeast winds at like 25 to 30 miles an hour, and if you're on the ocean, that brings all the salt onto your glass. So it's a little hard to stay on top of things, But that would be my favorite time, just because right now, and it's hot anywhere. But I mean, I checked the heat index today was about 104, and it's only starting to heat up. We still
Yeah.
got a ways to go for
And it's
summer. So
humid. It's humid hot. It ain't
yeah,
no
yeah,
dry hot.
no,
It's
no, it is.
humid.
But keep in mind, I've lived down here so long, and it's same thing for anybody. Once you're out there, you get acclimated to it, and it's not really a big deal. Now, as far as hurricanes go, and like what do you do with that? Hey, that's a tough call. Okay, just because, believe it or not, there's been
Do you
times through the
leave?
years.
Do you
No,
leave
no, no.
whenever hurricane comes?
I've never left. I've lived here since 1991, pretty much in the same area, and I've never left during a storm. We haven't had anything like a Category 5 come near us. I've been through about 6 or 7 hurricanes, but nothing like say Dorian or something of that scope. That was pretty close though. Joshua. That's the thing, is that was just right off the coast where I live. So we might not even be talking right now and rebuilding all of Florida. So anyway, in terms of like how you work around it, you have to watch the weather. Just like the weathermen, they can say 10% chance of rain, and you get rain for 2 days. Hurricanes are so hit and miss. Normally, I would say, and this just happened about 3 weeks ago with, I think it was Elsa. I believe it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And for about 3 days, you would notice nobody was calling to, schedule work. They just watched the news. So I've done jobs like, say, like if it's an emergency and the customer might not care, well, that's up to them. But I kind of advise against it, because it's kind of a waste of time.
Yeah.
If you're 2 days away and you're scheduling a huge window cleaning job and you have a hurricane watch, um, come on.
Yeah.
So mainly with that is you sit, you wait and see, and that's sometimes that's terrible because people start seeing the news 10 days out,
Yeah.
and the phones dry up. So you just play around it. There's nothing you can do about it. So you just work around it. That's
Yeah.
it. So as far as after a storm, well, I don't need to explain it to you. It's everything on the ocean
Yeah.
is on the windows. So
Yeah.
across the board. So like that's like you could sit there and say, oh well, I hope I get a storm. Obviously, I never hope to get a storm,
Yeah.
but a tropical storm would produce so much work for everybody. Whereas like you don't want to get into a Category 3 or 4 hurricane. Those get scary. And I've been fortunate where I went through them and I didn't have any house damage. There's some people I know lost everything they have. And in a blink of an instant, guys. It's not as bad as a tornado, but that's something for these guys up north they deal with. So it's different everywhere. What about you in California? How are you managing out?
Well, we have fires, but they maintain them pretty well. But we have to deal with smoke, so we have to breathe it in while we're out there
Yeah.
cleaning, and then we have to go back and, after a fire, it's super busy because a lot of times the state will pay for solar panel cleaning after the
Wow.
fire. So after a
Wow.
fire, they have to come in with this red fire retardant, and they'll get it
Hmm.
all over the solar panels. And all it is actually, because I actually talked to a firefighter that I do windows for, and I was like, "Hey man, what is that stuff?" And he told me it's just fertilizer. And so it washes
Wow.
right off, but customers don't know that. They think it's like paint or something, and it's all
Right.
over their car. I mean, it's all over their house. Like,
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
know, cleaning up from that can be kind of interesting, but you want to get
We
it
don't
quick.
have those problems here. I can say that. We have like
Yeah,
brush fires, but nothing like you guys deal with over there, man.
yeah.
That's scary over there.
But you know, like I said, man, there's so many firefighters here that know the business, know what to do. They do control burns. There's just so much land here, and you really can't understand it until you're here and you see how
Yeah, I
much
bet.
land it is, dude. There's millions of people, but there's so much land. There's so many mountains and hills,
Yeah.
and just like it's so beautiful here, and so it can spark up really quick, you know, and then
Yeah.
it just goes. I mean, and then the wind here is crazy. We get heavy winds, so being on a ladder is sketchy a lot of
Yeah.
times. Being
Yeah.
on
I
a
bet. I
lift, a
bet.
boom lift, is super sketchy sometimes because of how hard the
Yeah.
wind blows. And I'm right in the valley, so everything kind of ducks right over the mountain into where we're at. We get Santa Ana
Mm-hmm.
winds, and then we also get winds from the ocean. So sometimes it cools off at night, and then it's super
Yeah.
hot during the day because we live in the valley. But I
That's the
love,
thing here. It doesn't cool down at night anymore. When it's night now, it's still like 78, 79,
yeah.
and it's humid. So
Well,
there's no cool down.
it's probably about 75 at night right now. So I mean, I'm just saying it's kind of nicer than it's not 95, you know.
Oh, well, it's that, and then it's, you have 80% humidity, man, and
Yeah,
that's it just feels so muggy out
yeah.
there. So
Well, it's
when I
been
can be
humid.
inside, I am, honestly.
The last week, dude, it's been humid. It's been like 70, 80% humidity, which we never get. And so it's been kind of miserable a little bit. But I'm used to it because I'm from Alabama where it's like
Yeah,
100% humidity all the time.
right.
So,
That's right. Yeah.
you know, but it's still, man, it gets to 115 degrees, and I've been out there cleaning and seen it at 120, and it's
Oh
like
man,
it's
it's
so
not. Yeah,
ridiculous,
it's rough, guys. People don't notice that if
man.
you're up north or whatever. I know it's different, but once you're down in this southern climate, like not only if the heat doesn't get you, it's all the condensation on the glass that happens because it's so. The temperature difference is so much from like inside in the air conditioning to outside.
Yeah,
You get your edges will run, and I don't care who you are or how good you are, the air conditioner will
yep.
just it'll puddle up on the water. And I mean that's frustrating because in the summer times, especially now, up until probably I'd say 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, that's what it is for all the restaurants and stuff. So that's like a battle people don't talk about, man, is
Yeah,
all the humidity in the morning, and it makes it hard to clean the windows. And sometimes they don't even look like they're very clean.
I
They
know.
are, but the condensation ruins everything for you. So
Hey, how's that squeegee working? You won a couple weeks ago on
yes,
here, the Viper.
this thing right here,
Yeah,
it's awesome, man. Like this, and I was so excited when I won this because I've never used a Sorbo tool, period. Now I have a good friend of mine who uses the Quicksilver, and he swears by him. He has all different sizes, and he says that, it's the best he's ever used. So normally I was always using a Torii like brass channels.
hmm,
And I will say now that I've used this for about 3 weeks, I really like it. And honestly, I might order a smaller size and maybe even a larger size than this and see what they have and just finish the deal because I'm very impressed. I love that it's adjustable and you can tighten all this so it's not too crazy for
use
you.
a dime. Use a dime. Keep a dime in your
A
pocket. That's how
dime,
you tighten
perfect,
it.
perfect. Yeah, that's a perfect. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but
That's
that's
actually what it's
perfect right
designed
there.
for.
Is that right? No
Yeah,
kidding. I saw that and I wondered, man.
yeah,
Um, and I really like it. And mainly, I'll tell you, it's so light. And I never really realized, I mean, those brass are heavy, but compared to this feels like, I mean, this is nothing. And I really like, this is all unique to me where it has the 45-degree, and it's not so much just the channel, it's also the channel and the rubber. So for me, that's kind of taking some getting used to when I'm closing out the window.
hmm,
But I will say this, I do notice I have to detail less and less now
yep,
because of just, and that's, I guess that is why that's designed that way. And I didn't believe it at first, but once you get the hang of it, it does speed you up now. Sometimes you don't even have to go back on the window.
yep,
Imagine when you're doing 200, 300 windows a day,
yep,
that adds up. I don't
yep,
care if it takes 2 seconds. I mean, sometimes it's a habit for me to always do that. It's just by habit. That's
yeah.
it. 16 years and working in the humidity, man. So to not have to do that is pretty nice. I have to give it, definitely a recommendation. I really like it.
Heck yeah. What about the squeegee life towel? I know I can see it
Oh
back there on
man,
the fan behind.
it's funny there. No, I just put that there just to put that there. We got
Yeah,
to represent the squeegee life a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit.
Straight up, straight up. I
I
love those
really like those.
towels.
I have two of those now, and And I've used them for different purposes too. Sometimes I'll use them to detail a window after I'm done. Sometimes I'll use them to wipe a blade, say if it's really salty or something like that. For me, that's how I get the blades clean, you know. And people say it might reduce the rubber a little bit. I haven't seen that, but
Yeah.
and then another thing I found that for, and maybe it's a bad use of those towels because they are kind of expensive, but I really like using them on the frames and the tracks.
Yep.
For some reason, those Squeegee Life towels, it's like magic. And but maybe
That's
I
why
could
I
just
have a
use.
wet towel and a dry towel.
Yeah, that too, you know. But as far as just regular window cleaning, they're awesome. You know, they're the perfect, like they're not quite microfiber because I don't like using microfiber at all for detailing windows because they leave fuzz behind.
Yep.
These don't, and it seems like it's a mix between microfiber and maybe the Huck towels, and it's
Yeah.
a perfect blend. I don't know much more about it than that, but you know, definite nice, you know,
Maybe
great
Mark
towel.
Tanner can tell us a little bit more about it. I know that he had his hand in it and he actually
Yeah,
came
yeah,
up with it. So if Mark Tanner's seeing this, maybe in the comments you can put it
yeah.
on
Mark's
there.
awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
no doubt
Mark's
about
awesome.
that. Smart
I've
guy,
only talked to
nobody's
Mark a
nuts.
couple times, but the times I have, he's been really nice and really cool.
Yeah. Oh,
So
very helpful guy.
yeah.
100%.
All right. So the next topic we're going to talk about is let's see, what do we have on here? We talked about the weather. I have all these sticky notes. I just want to make sure we talked about everything. So next week, I'm just going to talk about my videos real quick. Next week, we have more tool reviews in the future weeks. And this week's video will be how to make the Ren Tuckmo. So I made another Ren Tuckmo for you guys. And I did a video on how to make it so that
There
you
you
can go
go.
and make this. And you'll see how much it costs and how much work is put into it. And if you want to buy this one, I actually will say on there, if you want to buy it, I think I'll do it for like $450 or $500. But it costs like 300 and a bunch of hours, and I really don't want to sell
Yeah.
it, so that's why it's 500
Right.
bucks. So, but you can make it yourself. That's why I made the video so that you can make it yourself. So that'll be this week. And then you can be looking for the Destroyer review. So I'll be reviewing that because I've been able to use the Destroyer all the way up to 50 feet now, all the way down
Nice.
to one story. So I've been able
Wow.
to use it, a ton, and I'm going to be able to do a really good review on it. I'm super excited about that. So that's the couple videos that'll be coming up this week and the following weeks. And then if you mention this show, if you want to go buy green rubber or anything from Window Magic Supply, just make sure to mention this show. You get 10% off. Also, whenever you're contacting Window Magic Supply, call Randy or email them or message them on the website. They did mention that the shipping price is messed up, so you want to give them a call. And the website is still kind of iffy, but it's supposed to be 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I talked to her today about it, and she said they're going to be getting that going. So if you want a proper quote on tools, you want to make sure you don't get overcharged for shipping, just give them a ring and talk to Randy and just mention the show. And like I said, you'll get that 10% off. So Kenny's going to do the question tonight. We're actually over our limit. We're at 33 minutes, but hey, we're coming down to a close. So
Yeah.
Kenny's got
Time flies, man. That's for
yeah,
sure.
I know it does. It does. But we've had some really good topics, so I'm really excited. I'm glad that. Thank you so much for spending your time, Kenny. You've spent like
Oh
3 hours
man.
total now, like
Yeah, it's
trying to
awesome, man.
prepare. So
I'm glad I met you. I mean, it was about 6 months ago. I just stumbled
yeah,
upon your YouTube channel, and we started. You know, I think it was on Facebook, and
yeah, we've
just
talked
friendly
ever
ever
since.
since. You're
Yeah,
great, man. What
and
you're
then
doing is
Kenny's an
nice.
admin in our group, Window Cleaners.
Yeah,
You can go
yeah.
to the Facebook group, Window Cleaners. Just type in Window Cleaners on the group, and that's our group. So you can
Hmm.
go and it's real window cleaners. You're
Yeah.
gonna only get window cleaner stuff. There's no affiliate stuff on there. It's just window cleaning stuff and other real live window cleaners. If you're a rookie, if you're a pro, you can be in there. It doesn't matter. Any
Doesn't
questions,
matter.
to do with window cleaning are all accepted on there, and we look forward to helping you out if we can. And if not, we'll try to figure out how to help you. That's our
Yep.
goal, is to be able to help each other in that group. So
Definitely. Definitely.
if
The
you
main
haven't
goal.
joined that group, go join it. And then, so Kenny, go ahead and ask the question for tonight, and the first one to win will win whatever I'm going to draw over here. So,
All
what's the
right.
question, Kenny?
Here we go, guys. This one's any window cleaner will know this. So this is pretty easy, but we'll see who gets it first, right? Many window cleaners use this brand of dish soap. It has been used to clean oil off wildlife rather, after an oil spill.
Cool. So the first one who answers will be winning. Let's see. I hope it's a yellow one, so that means it's newer. The Triumph Blade and Pack of Blades.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. So I use one of those. They're awesome, hands down.
So congratulations, whoever you
Yeah,
are.
awesome. Good stuff.
And if it's your first time, you'll win a T-shirt as well. And if not, you won't win a T-shirt. And then I have a Squeegee Life towel for you. Um, of course, for every winner, they get a Squeegee Life towel, and then you'll get some stickers. You'll get the new sticker, and then you'll get some Window Magic Supply sticker. And also, Window Magic Supply says that they're getting some more stickers in. They're going to be ordering some better quality ones because they said that they weren't happy with those. So if they're falling off your bucket, I'm sorry, but they said they're going to be getting some more, and you can replace that one. So don't even worry about it. But yeah, congratulations, whoever you are that won. And if you have not answered Kenny's question yet, then stay tuned for the live. I'll be going live on here. I don't know. I think Kenny said he was busy, so he's not able to go live right after. But we might go live after on another day, and we'll have Kenny on again.
We'll see that. Who knows? I don't know yet. It all depends on what comes in over the weekend. So, like I said, I hate to stay up that late if I have to be up early. So we'll see though. Hey, who knows? I'll know by tomorrow afternoon.
And I think I might have fixed the live thing, so we might be able to still hop on here. So we'll hop in here just like this, but we'll be able to.
Oh yeah,
live.
that'd be cool.
So I'm gonna try. I've been working on it, and that's how I was able to get Kenny on here through Skype. But congratulations, whoever won this. Let me know how it was, because I have not tried this tool. I actually just bought it. Kenny says he has the one that.
Yeah, I've used those for like 16 years, guys. I've used both. They're awesome. Trust me. Once you have that, you're gonna say, "I can't believe I was ever trying to scrape Windows without them." That's it. I guarantee it.
I can't wait to try it out because I actually have one too, and I bought. And they say, this is what Randy said from Window Magic Supply. So she said that the red, because they have different color ones. I don't know what it means, but she said that the red blades are the best blades. Yes, she said the black ones are not.
Yeah, the black ones. I'm pretty sure the difference between the colors there is one, and they might be the black color. I'm not sure. I'd have to go look at my truck, but there's stainless steel blades, and I'm pretty sure that's what you have there.
Okay.
Those are better. They're not going to rust out. The other alternative, and you can buy this one as well, is their carbon blades. Now, the only thing with carbon is they're a lot thinner than stainless steel, and they will chip easily, and not to mention they will rust pretty quickly. If you accidentally leave it in your bucket, you don't want to use a rusty blade. Whereas the stainless steel, I've had it in my bucket sometimes for 2-3 weeks, and there's no rust at all on there. So just food for thought.
That's good information to know. Because I've battled with the rust on my blade before, and I use steel wool, and I'll take the blade out, and then I'll just use steel wool and get it off. But it's still a hassle, you know.
I've noticed this though. I'm serious as far as those. So the stainless ones are good, but I mean, period of hours, the carbon would start getting rust. Whereas I mean, weeks with the stainless steel, and I just like it better because if you happen to, obviously, you take your precautions when you're using this, you know, and obviously, if you're using these or you want to learn how to use those, you know, just kind of research it because you want to make sure there's plenty of soap on that glass. Don't touch any glass trying to scrape without, you know, something there, you know, the soap mixture, because you will have some problems there. So I have to kind of say that to some people there. But
maybe you'll make a video on it, Kenny.
I have, though. I believe I put a little, like a 12-second video on my YouTube channel, just showing you guys it's not hard. I mean, you can scratch glass, but just like anything else, guys, there's a method to doing this.
How do you find your YouTube? How do you find your YouTube?
It's going to be, if you just type in on YouTube, KD window cleaning, you know, it'll put up, you'll see my logo there in case you're ever wondering. And I have a lot of videos that, just like Joshua, maybe not as in detail, but it's basic things that maybe if you're starting out,
it's good.
You know, it's good. You know, it's information I've been picking up all these years, and not to plug, you know, my channel either, buddy. You know, I'm here just.
No, you got it. You know, if you're looking for his videos, because I mean, I would wonder if I was watching this video right now, I'd be like, I would want to find your channel. So.
And it's more or less all these little things, and just understanding. Don't be overwhelmed, because when you're first getting involved in this, it's a lot to take in.
Yep.
And the thing is, if you just simplify it and, you know, take it a step at a time, and not only that, have a community around you and people that are going to help you, you know, because they want to see you succeed. They want to see you do well. That's like my main goal with what I'm doing. And just really quickly, Joshua, is, you know, I'm nobody's paying me. I have to say it again. You know, I'm not an influencer or anything like that. I'm just a guy that cleans windows, and I'm very passionate about it, you know, and I've worked with so many different people, and I've done this for a lot of years, you know. I think next year will be my 17th year, and that's full time, you know, 365. So I just say, you know, I'm a little experienced, and I know what may work and what doesn't work. But my thing is, I started somewhere, and I didn't know, you know, anything, zero. And so did you, Joshua.
Everybody that's doing this, that started from nothing.
And you know what? and not to like, well, we're almost done here, I don't want to ramble, but everybody along the way has helped me out, so I think it's only fair to do it to other people,
Yeah.
along the way, because I didn't know all this just by reading a book, or I'm not a know-it-all. This is just through experience, and also asking other window cleaners for their
Yep.
advice and their help. That's gotten me so far. And not only that, networking. Maybe another time we'll talk about just the importance of networking and not just social media. I'll leave it on this, Joshua, is I see so many people, everybody wants to, my competition, you know,
I know, right?
if you can find a way, and there's enough glass out there for everybody, and I guess I'll point to the camera, because guys, by the way, this is my first time doing things like this,
Yeah, he's
so,
doing. You're doing great, Kenny.
just bear
Kenny
with me
just
here,
bought this
guys.
camera and this
Yeah, this is
microphone.
all new to me. I've cleaned windows for so long, and I've just never talked about it. But now I find like this is interesting to other people. But mainly is I understand wanting to be the best, and you go around thinking you are, not like in the terms of bragging about it. Just know you're doing the best you can, and don't compare yourself to other companies. If you have a problem with the competitor and maybe they lowball you, they highball you, they talk bad about you, be the bigger person. Don't get involved in that stuff, because nowadays I feel with all the social media, honestly, is you have to be careful what you do. In terms of you can't go off the handle anymore, and you shouldn't anyway, especially being a business owner. But you got to watch what you say and how you act around people, because anywhere you go, guys, you're representing your business. So reach your hand out to somebody if they're looking for help. I've had people ask me for rubbers before, and people would laugh and say, "Oh, you can't afford your own rubbers." I found a guy on the street one time. He was driving a bicycle. I gave him my tools. He's a window cleaner, just on down on his luck. You give him a bucket, you give him a squeegee and a wand, guys. You don't have to have it all. We
Yeah.
all want to do well. Don't get me wrong. And I don't mean to go on a tangent here, my friend,
No,
but
you're good,
it's
man. It's good
just
information.
that's what I think splits everybody apart. And there's a lot of these groups, and some of these are just you're detrimental to yourselves. You're negative. Don't be that way, guys, because I hate to admit it, we all started from nothing and we didn't know it all on day one.
That's
So
right.
that's all. And even at 16 years, I'm still learning every day. I want to be open even to doing things like this. I never thought I would do something like this, but you know what? I'm finding more and more people with a passion for this field, and I like that. That
Yeah.
interests me. You love what you do. So then when you're working, you're not working. And I'll leave it on this. Window cleaning for me is just, like I said, it doesn't even feel like work. I've done it for this long. You're outside getting fresh air, you're getting exercise. Just remember that the next time you see a friend or something and he's sitting in a cubicle and he hasn't seen daylight in years, we got it pretty good here. It's
Yeah.
rough, but it's worth it.
It's worth it, man. It's worth it because we see the most amazing views. We get to meet some really cool people, and to me, it's a really cool job too. So we're gonna
Yeah.
wrap it up here tonight. And Kenny, we got one more golden nugget that we talked about earlier today. I wanted to save this for the end of the show, and hopefully somebody's won by now and got that
Yeah.
question right by now. But if not, I'll be going live, or maybe Kenny will be going live too. It depends on how busy he
Yeah.
is
See what
on,
happens.
on
Yeah.
Friday. We'll
I'll
see
look
what
forward to
happens.
it if
But
I
worst
can.
case scenario, I'll be
Absolutely.
on the live, so we'll be able to do that. So Kenny, what's that golden nugget that you have for everybody tonight?
And I'm not going to lie to you, Josh. I don't remember because
Man,
I wrote,
the
you're at the,
pamphlet.
oh my gosh. Okay. Now,
Oh
guys, this is something. I hope I have it. Hold on 1 second. This is kind of got off the rails here, but hold
no,
on.
you're good.
As I actually threw it to kind of show it as an
Yeah, you
example of
did, you
how
did,
easy
you
these
did.
are.
You gave me the whole
All right, guys.
demonstration.
So anyway, and I remember now. I just got to rejolt my memory.
No,
It's
you're
been a
good, dude.
long
We've
day.
been talking for it's 45 minutes,
Yeah,
you
it's
guys.
been a long
So
day.
thank you for hanging in there with us.
I've learned this. This is, by the way, what I'm going to show you guys is nothing I created. I'm literally following what somebody else, but so many people have done. So what you have here is a flyer. I believe these are, I think it might be 6 by 8 or something. It's kind of the standard size of a door flyer, maybe a little smaller. Okay. Now, what I do is I design this. You can design it however you want for your business. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want. You can hire someone off of Fiverr to do it. Whatever you want to do. So I order about 1,000 of these, and these are called clip flyers. So you have the flyer there, and then I'm sure you guys can see this here. There's a little like weighted clip right here. Okay. So what I'll do And this does work too, which is interesting. I didn't think it would, and I was proven wrong time and time again by many of my friends that are also in this business. Is you'll fold these in half, okay? And you can pick an area. Obviously, you're going to need to understand that you can't go and drop these off where it says no soliciting. I have to be very clear with people. You will get in trouble for that. They don't. That's frowned upon. But as far as around town, if you find a nice little neighborhood, you might just be driving around in, and you're like, wow, these are nice homes. All you have to do is order some of these. I buy these off of, I believe it was Vistaprint, the design here, and these clips here. All I do is just like you see here. I just don't have a spare clip to show you guys right now, but I'll fold it in half, attach the clip on here so it's weighted. And what you can do, there's multiple ways to pass these out. You can pass by on driveways and flick them through onto the driveway. And the way I look at that, there's some people that will say, oh, well, are you going to get complaints? Maybe one or two. If you're doing it within the laws of, where it says, there's no laws for soliciting, Joshua, it's fine. And I'm sorry I'm going in detail, but like I
No,
said,
it's
there's
okay.
kind of a little bit to this here. Is so you can pick an area, and sometimes, like a friend of mine, he'll order thousands of these. And honestly, we got it from a fella named Bobby Walker. And if anyone hears his name and sounds familiar, I think he's Journey of a New Entrepreneur. Again, no affiliation with me, but this is where I give credit where credit's due. This is where I picked this up on. And you can load up 1,000 of these and pick an area you'd like to solicit in on top of everything else you're doing. This is cheap. I believe these cost almost 10 or 15 cents per unit. And the clips are, they're not very expensive either. I think I had 1,000 flyers of these and 1,000 clips for under $200.
So my
So
question is,
sure.
how do they work for commercial and residential, or what has been
Oh
your
gosh.
experience with them so far since
Well,
you've been passing them out?
more so with commercial work, and the reason that being is what I'll do is you can get up early in the morning too. This is another trick, guys. I know you want to see the people, and sometimes it really does help to go into every single store you want to bid and meet the manager or whatever. But if you're just trying to get your name out there and you're just trying to gain some traction here, these will spread your name around. So what I'll do is if it's early in the morning, you can get up at, I mean, it's not for everybody. You can get up at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, beat the rush, okay, and pass these out along a storefront route. And all I do, just like you would placing possibly a bill if a store's closed and you're leaving a slip to let them know you're there. If you slip these in between the main entryway door, they'll just the little clip here fits almost perfect. So it'll weight it, and then all they have to do to pull it out, because some people might not like this, okay? So keep in mind, this is just one option for people. But the first thing they're going to see when they get to their store is your clip flyer, and they'll have to take it out and at least read it. So, you spread the word, because you never know who's looking for your services. Half the time, and this is my experience, I've done many, I mean, hundreds of storefronts, guys. They don't know they need you until sometimes they see you, and you could be down the street or something like that. So to answer your question, not to get off the rails here, but and a residential, it's such a good thing, like I said, in the area that you can put it in,
Yeah,
okay?
it don't work.
Because
It doesn't work here to put it on the door. So in California, it's
right,
different everywhere. But I'm glad to know that it did work for you. So that lets me know too
sure.
that it could work for other people too.
And not just for me. So I won't just use like, oh, it just worked for me. So no,
Yeah,
this is my friend that told me about this from the Bobby Walker video.
yeah.
He picked up on it too. And verbatim, guys, he has told me time and time again. And this is about I think it's his 6th or 7th year in business, okay? And he's been doing this now for years. Anytime he gets slow, hire the guys to pass out 1,000 of those, and the phone will ring. And the main thing I like about using these for residential, Joshua, is if you're in other services, pressure washing, roof cleaning, paver sealing, you name it, it gets you in the door. Just another option, just another way of marketing. One of, by the way, and I don't mean to talk over you at
No,
all,
you're good. You're
but
good.
it's just more or less like you start thinking like this. All of these things, it's just one avenue of marketing.
Yeah.
That's it. And I'm not saying just do this and you're going to get work. No, because it worked for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for you, but this is giving you
Something to
an
try.
option. Sure, you know what? And it's not a very expensive option
Yeah.
either. So, I mean, $200. And remember this, guys, one callback can pay for all of that.
Yep.
So, food for thought there. But I've had decent success, and I'm going to really ramp this up soon, especially before season, in the winter months, because now that I'm established now and I'm getting the ball rolling, because by the way, guys, I was working for an employer. I've worked for many people. This is my first year in business, I guess you can call it, but I've been cleaning windows for a long time. I'm going to be stepping it up year after year, and this is just one method. So if it's one thing you guys can try, give it a try. For under $200, you can order even 200 of them for maybe $40 or $50. It's worth a shot, I think. I think you'll be surprised at your results. If you're allowed to pass those out, you're going to be surprised.
And then also too, like you was telling me earlier that you, instead of giving a business card out, you'll give that flyer out too.
Sure.
So
like
that's
it.
another thing where you're making it benefit. Somebody would rather have the flyer than the card.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, always want to keep your cards with you. I have
Right.
a little special protector for it. But I'll tell you, like every time I give this to people, because people say, well, can I have some more for my friends? I'll give them the flyers. I'll pass out. You give 20, just like you give 20 or 30 business cards to someone that's going to pass them out. Same thing with that.
Yep. And it's going to be bigger too than a business card. So they're going to have to put it on their calendar. They're going to be like, I got to remember to call this person. It's bigger. It's not a business card they're going to throw in a drawer and lose.
No. And one thing,
I love it. Great idea.
And one thing to wrap up is, you can put a lot more information than just a business card, but keep it simple, guys. I started out too, like I had a bunch of words on here. People aren't looking at that. They just want direct to the point. When they open it and they look down, they just want to see what you're doing. But one thing I did like is this is the option to put these. I think, yes. And the thing is, that goes right to my website. And, you can design this on, I design these. I'm no designer, guys, by the way. I'm a window cleaner. I'll always say that, because this isn't even professionally designed. This is me. I mean, they look okay in my opinion, but like I said, this isn't going to match what someone can produce for you. But right now, it's all about just getting the phone to keep ringing. That's about it. So,
and if you need a designer too, like you said earlier, Fiverr.
It's unbelievable. They made my logo. I mean, you'd be surprised what you can find on there for relatively cheap. So, like Joshua, you were mentioning, to wrap things up, is one thing I really want to tell people too is, it's a marathon, guys. It's not a sprint with these things, or anything, business in general. Like I see some people, and I'm sure you have too, Joshua, where they're like, I've been in business 2 years, and it's either not working out. Guys, like, don't take everything for granted because you see all these quote. I'll do the little quotation marks here, guys. All the success stories, because again, you have no idea what their story was. And the thing with business is, and what I'm learning now, just running my own business, is my goal is going to be different from, say, Joshua's goal or anybody else, Mario's goal, Jeff's goal, whoever. Everybody's different. So there's no right or wrong way to run your business as long as you're doing what you like. And hey, obviously you want to be profitable, okay? This isn't a hobby. Let's get that right here.
You got to make money.
There's some people that treat this as a hobby, and that's fine. But I'm in this, like you said, to make a living, and we don't have all the answers. I've never once thought I'm the best. No.
Quick
people
disclaimer,
are
I
surprising
don't
me
know.
so much online that I'm picking up so many things, and I'm going, wow, like I never thought of this before. I'm so glad I took the time to, stop with the tunnel vision.
Right.
Guys, and learn from others. Ask for advice. Ask for help. Like that's all. Like it's a community, guys. All of this is there's not many of us. Okay, so we're already a very niche community. Why fight against each other and have some big a big contest? To me, it's not why I got involved in this. That's it.
Exactly. And it's funny because a lot of people do think that, oh, that's my competitor, and technically you're my competitor, but it's like, dude, there's so many windows, like I can't do all the windows, and neither can you. So don't even. There's enough glass to go around. Seriously.
If you're in a small town of 30,000, then maybe that's tough because there can't be that many there.
But you can't do that many windows still. Even in that many, there's commercial build. There's too much. There's so much to do. And if you feel like it's oversaturated with window cleaners, then just move somewhere else. You can do it anywhere. There's glass everywhere.
Or not only that, or there's other fields. As long as you get into the house, you open it, and like I said,
service
that's the most important thing. Yeah, you're in the door, and these people will trust you. Don't betray their trust.
Yeah.
Make them so proud to recommend you to everybody they know.
Communication.
And this happened to me too, and a lot of my friends. It's communication, great customer service. Some of these people, I've seen so many of these people now where they're like extended members of your family, okay? And there could be hundreds of people. And it's just like, once on a normal route, okay? When you're seeing these people, routine cleans, that's what I've always go for here, guys, is, routine, monthlies, every 2 months, where you build up a rapport, with these customers, where 3 years down the road, you've cleaned their windows like 30 times and they're showing you pictures of their grandkids, what they're doing. That's the aspect of the business I like too, where it's personal, guys, and I don't ever want to lose that. Just my opinion.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. Like, you're spot on. But we're going to be wrapping up. We're going to have Kenny on as a guest another time because we
Nice.
want to
I
talk
hope
about
so.
networking, and
Yeah, there's
there's
so much to
so
talk
much to
about,
talk
man.
about. So,
There really is,
yeah.
and not only that, I hope to have something behind me other than the secret magic that I have, guys. I just picked up this camera, like you said. I picked it up yesterday, and I said, okay, eventually I'll have something neat here, and it'll be a little bit more professional. But I just figured, hey, Josh, gave me a call
Yeah.
yesterday. You want to give this a shot? I said, let's go, man. Let's give
Yeah,
this a
let's
try.
do it. Why
Yeah, why
not?
not?
It's not a big deal, dude.
Just
Like, I mean, I have all this crap behind me, but it doesn't really matter. Like, we're just talking about window cleaning. It's not
that's
even
it,
that
man.
serious.
That's it.
We're
You know
just,
what?
it's a
I'm
good
not.
time. Somebody's
I,
winning some tools. We're
Yeah, it's
giving
free
away,
tools, guys. Like, I
yeah,
love my Sorbo. This is
yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
So I got my free tool from one of these giveaways. So,
Yeah, and Window Magic Supply is giving all these tools away so that you can try them and give your feedback on them. So if you've won,
yep,
please give us your feedback because Randy wants to relay the message about these tools to other clients. That's what she likes to do. So whenever you go into Window Magic, she's getting all this feedback from all the window cleaners that are trying these tools, and then she'll stop buying the ones that are crap and then keep them coming so that you can keep getting the good tools. That's
yep,
the whole purpose of this, and we talked about that today. I actually went down to Window Magic Supply today and we talked about it. And I was like, man, I'm so thankful that you're able to give me all this stuff. And she said, I really need the feedback from everybody that's getting the giveaway stuff because she wants to relay that message. So if you're out there and if
absolutely.
you've won something, give your feedback like Kenny did. Thank you, Kenny. I really appreciate it. And you
Yeah.
even made a video on your channel. I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I haven't even got started yet. I can't wait. Like I said, I just made a quick clip on it. But
Yeah.
like I said, guys, these are, like I said, what you're getting from this giveaway are tools that window cleaners you're going to use daily, guys. This isn't some random stuff. Like, no, these are tried and
Professional
tested
tools.
tools of the trade, guys.
Yep.
100%.
Professional tools. But all
Yep.
right, everybody. So that was the giveaway night tonight. Thank you so much for being on. If you're still on here, I know we've been on here for an hour
Yeah.
now,
Hey, if you made
but
it through here, you're
but you
awesome.
made it. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
And just write down that Kenny was the first guest because I'm going to be asking that in the future.
There you go.
One
I'm number
giveaway.
one, baby.
Who
Yeah.
was the first guest on the show? But I'm really thankful that Kenny was able to because he had to go buy a camera. He had to get. I mean, super shout
Well,
out to
I didn't
Kenny
do
because
that for this, but it was more or
well,
less
no,
like
but you ended up getting it, and then that's how you
sure, you
got
know
on
what?
here. So,
Like,
but
and this will be
it's
fun. This will be
I
fun,
really
guys.
appreciate you being on here, and
Yeah,
it
man.
was
I
fun that
appreciate
you
you
got to.
having me on here. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm thankful that you're on here. I'm glad that you're my first guest because you're always
Yeah.
on the comments talking, and I'm sure you're on the
Yep.
comments right
Yeah.
now. We're all talking
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now,
If
just
I'm
like
not there,
normal.
you've seen me before, guys. I try to go with his giveaways just to get like everyone active, guys, because I
Yeah,
want people to talk to one another. So
yeah,
if you see me and you're like, this guy's like, it's a wall. I just want people to start, be active and
yeah,
talk to one another, guys,
yeah. Because that's what
and
we're
to
here for.
communicate.
Just a bunch of window cleaners getting together, trying to talk
That's
to
it.
and communicate with each other. Let us know what tools you want to on the show, what tools you want to see, and your opinion. So thank y'all
Yep.
so much for joining us. Kenny, thank you once again. I really
Hey,
appreciate you,
appreciate it.
man.
Thank you all for watching, and thank you for having me on here, man.
And maybe Kenny's on the live. We'll see. We'll see what happens if he was
Who knows,
busy or not.
man? It's
We'll
the
see.
wild card. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't
We'll
know.
keep it up
But
to
I'll
you.
definitely be on the live, and Kenny might be at least in the comments. So I really
There you
appreciate
go.
everybody, and we'll see y'all on the live up next. Peace
All
out.
right. Take it easy, guys.